Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. I am going to continue on from where I left off. This is the part where I'm reading the Microsoft privacy policy, how we use personal data, and we are at, I believe we are at promotional communication. So I'm going to try to repeat that. Please check out the link in the description below. A little quick notice right here that I'm not a professional. I'm prone to mistakes, and this video is not meant for professional advice. Please take it with a grain of salt or consult with your professional counselor or or consultant for your professional needs. I'm just an enthusiast, and I am so again I probably should I often find myself have to make corrections of my opinions, and this is again an amateur opinion, and it's not really um, meant to to be free of mistakes or something like that. So it's going to have imperfections and could be dangerous if implemented at high stakes situation. All right. Okay, now we are at promotional communication. We use data we collect to deliver promotional communications. You can sign up for email subscription and choose whether you wish to receive promotional communication from Microsoft by email, SMS, physical mail, and telephone. Mind you guys, the section here is how do we use your personal data. So when we use Microsoft services, we are given subscriptions and promotional communication. See how to access and control your personal data section of this privacy section. Okay, since we are going to read everything, um, so eventually we're going to get there. So I'm not going to jump there for now. Next section would be relevant offers. Microsoft uses data to provide you with relevant and valuable information regarding our products. We analyze data from a variety of sources to predict the information that will be most interesting and relevant to you and deliver such information to you in a variety of ways. For example, we may predict your interest in gaming and communicate with you about new games you may like. So they would try to figure out your taste and stuff with your data, given like your relationship with them. Again, don't forget the section where it says that they are not collecting this information, or they're not using your your personally identifiable data, such as your email, such as your um, business data and stuff that you obviously you're gonna have attachment in your emails, right? Things like that. They are not using that. That's what they said, and it is still right. It is obviously not good for professional practices if they and personal files to target ads to you. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Probably only on advertising. Okay. So this is the part where it says what it says here. We use data to we collect through our interactions with you through some of our products and on third-party web properties for advertising in our products and on third-party properties. We may use automated processes to help make advertising more relevant to you. For more information about how your data is used for advertising, see the advertising section of this privacy statement. Price promotions and events. Okay, so yeah, your attachment in your email is definitely not used for advertising, but there are no specification whether it is going to be used for other purposes as well. Price promotions and events, we use your data to administer price promotions and events available in our physical Microsoft stores. For example, if you enter into a price promotion, we may use your data to select a winner and provide the prize to you if you win. Or if you register for a coding workshop or gaming event, we will add your name to the list of expected attendees. All right, obviously they need to that data in order to complete such activity, right? And it is something common that is available even if you attend a physical event. For example, wedding. From where I came from, people who came to wedding usually have their guest book filled in, something like that, right? And um, sometimes um, the celebration also have some kind of door prize for the attendees. It was a fun moment. So similar to that, obviously. However, though, whether it when it is an electronic thing and it's a seamless thing, it's so easy. The transfer of data is so quick and so fast. Mm, I don't know. There are nuances there, I believe. So let's moving on for now. Transacting commerce. We use data to carry out our transaction with us. For example, we process payment information to provide customers. Okay, let me try that again. Probably it doesn't make sense. Transacting commerce. We use data to carry out your transaction with us. For example, we process payment information like your credit cards and whatsoever, to provide customers with product subscriptions and use contact information to deliver goods purchased from the Microsoft Store. Um, okay, next, reporting and business operations. We use data to analyze our operations and perform business intelligence. This enables us to make informed decisions and report on the performance of our business. Excuse me, I'm chewing gum. Next, protecting rights and property. We use data to detect and prevent fraud, resolve disputes, enforce agreements, and protect our property. For example, we use data to confirm the validity of software licenses to reduce piracy. We may use automated processes to detect and prevent activities that violate our rights and the rights of others, such as fraud. Right? So obviously, our interactions with their services are monitored, right? What we do on their side, what we do on their services, the logs and everything is get to send, and they're going to use this data for that. What interests me at this point is that how pervasive is this data mining? Will it be mining data? Is it going to mine data uh, in the layer of my personal daily activities? I know it's being aggregated, like most of the privacy policy would say that it would be aggregated our personal data, but still, mm, I don't feel comfortable because aggregation could be very selective as well. You can be aggregating um, mail at my age, at my location, and at my particular job, or for something like that. And it ended up being very personal, even though it is still aggregated. All right, guys, I probably am wrong about this, and probably it's not really that serious, but you know, let's go. Protecting rights and property, that's it. Next, how do we use our data for legal compliance? We process data to comply with the law. For example, we use the age of our customers to assist us in meeting our obligations to protect children's privacy. We also process contact information and credentials to help customers exercise their data protection rights. Obviously, in order to fulfill like some kind of court order, or maybe something other than that, like governmental interactions and stuff, obviously they're going to use their data from their products and their businesses. I really, again, guys, I wanted to say to you, as much as I criticize a lot of this emotional sentiment that I have because I got creeped out, all right? But probably I could be overreacting as well. And it is something that is actually legal. It is not it is not, I don't think we are seeing we are witnessing an illegal practice. Probably it sounds bad, but everybody else is doing it as well, and it's actually something that is more highlighted rather than something that is really unusually evil. Okay, next, research. With appropriate technical and organizational measures to safeguard individuals' rights and freedom, we use data to conduct research, including for public interest and scientific purposes. So our data is used for scientific purposes. Sounds really nice. Next, reasons we share personal data. We share your personal data. This is Microsoft here. Microsoft will share your personal data with your consent or as necessary to complete any transactions or provide any product you have requested or authorized. For example, we share your content with third parties when you tell us to do so. Oh, when is that though? When is that? Such as when you send your email to a friend, share photos and documents on OneDrive. Ah, so that third party. I thought it's like your contractor or something. Oh, okay. So let's go. Um, or link accounts with another service. So Microsoft is saying that if you use a Microsoft product provided by an organization you are affiliated with, such as an employer or school, or use an email address provided by such organization to access Microsoft products, they're going to share certain data such as interaction data and diagnostic data to enable their user, like for example, you and I, and our organization, like for example, we have our businesses and we interacted with Microsoft to manage the products. I don't really like in practice what how does this plays out. There's got to be some kind of professional practices that that only like that people who have experienced this would know for sure. I personally haven't. And then this is what they say again, Microsoft here. When you provide payment data to make a purchase, we will share payment data with banks and other entities that process payment transaction or provide other financial services and for fraud prevention and credit risk reduction. Okay, so obviously that is a good thing. They want to prevent criminal acts. They want to prevent like financial dangers or threat to them, and obviously at the same time, because of that, to our universe, to our world. So that is nice. Again, and now Microsoft is saying again in the second paragraph here, in the reasons we share personal data section, they are saying here why in addition we share personal data. Excuse me, I'm sorry, let me repeat that again. Reasons we share personal data, I mean us our personal data. We share personal data among Microsoft controlled affiliates and subsidiaries. We also share personal data with vendors or agents working on our behalf for the purposes described in this statement. For example, companies we've hired to provide customer service support or assist in protecting and securing our systems and services may need access to your personal data to provide those functions. In such cases, these companies must abide by our data privacy and security requirements. Obviously, right? So our personal data is being shared, for example, like a call center in India. If they use that, I don't know whether they use that or not. But obviously, such call centers in India or probably Philippines, they're going to need your data in order to conduct their businesses, obviously. And they are specifically saying this, that all of these companies, they have to follow their requirements for privacy. Okay, this is what they're saying. Let me continue. In such cases, these companies must abide by our data privacy and security requirements and are not allowed to use personal data they receive from us for any other purpose. Okay. We may also disclose personal data as part of a corporate transaction, such as a merger or sale of assets. So, have you ever heard of business combination? Like, P&G, Procter and Gamble, um, Unilever acquisition, something like that. Obviously, when acquisition happened, they're going to share data between each other, and everything with all the parties that's going to be involved. Obviously, so keep that in mind. For example, you are using your WhatsApp right now. So when, let's say WhatsApp is its own company, so Facebook come and take over WhatsApp. So Facebook bought a lot of WhatsApp shares and become the owner. Facebook is going to get all of your data, obviously, in WhatsApp. So is that good or not? Please leave it at the comment section or your comments right now. Okay, next, let's go. Finally, we will retain access, transfer, disclose, and preserve personal data, including your content, such as the content of your emails in Outlook.com or files in private folders in OneDrive. When we have a good faith belief that doing so is necessary to do any of the following. So pay attention, guys. This is talking about your business data or probably your personal family data. It is no longer about your credentials or details about your um, electronic address or something that is, routinely being exchanged like that. It is something that is particular or special to you. This comply with applicable law or respond to valid legal process, including from law enforcement or other government agencies. Okay, they can use that in the government. Oh my God. Protect our customers, for example, to prevent spam or attempts to defraud users of our products or to help prevent the loss of life or serious injury of anyone. Well, I don't mind. Personally, I don't mind this. Definitely. Please use my data to prevent the loss of life and operate and maintain the security of our products, including to prevent or stop an attack on our computer systems or networks. Okay. Protect the rights of property of Microsoft, including enforcing the terms governing the use of the services. However, if we receive information indicating that someone is using our services to traffic in stolen intellectual or physical property of Microsoft, we will not inspect a customer's private content ourselves, but we may refer the matter to law enforcement. Okay, basically, my impression is that they're going to use your data, this very important data in your email, in your OneDrive, your really personal data, very likely, and your important business or your career stuff, your livelihood stuff. Obviously, they're going to have access to that because they are Microsoft and you're using their services, obviously. So it is actually nice that they are putting it here in the privacy policy, that they are restricting themselves in their own privacy policy about how are they going to use your data, because whether you like it or not, they're going to have access to that. So yeah, I like the fact that they only going to use it for things that are dire, that have dire consequences or legal purposes. I guess there are some nuances for that, but that is for professionals who know what they're doing and who knows about the history of the problems of this issue. Again, like law has thousands of years of history, but internet in itself is just like it's just been here for decades only. So, okay, next. For more information about data we disclose in response to requests from law enforcement and other government agencies, please see our law enforcement request report. So they have some kind of link towards a law enforcement request report, so we can know about our data that is being used for that purposes. That is great. That is greatness, guys. Have you ever even actually worry about that? but there are people out there who is protecting your interest. It is something that is actually a bonus for me, like a bonus for me to actually know about that. That is so great. Please note that some of our products include links to or otherwise enable you to access products or third party whose privacy practices differ from those of Microsoft. If you provide personal data to any of those products, your data is governed by their privacy policies. Okay, let's example you play Xbox and then you are playing Bandai game or probably Squaresoft's games or probably your local indie developers, and they're gonna have access to your data as well. And surely they should have like some kind of privacy policy as well, or maybe some kind of privacy mechanism that could protect you. So obviously that is going to have their own text, and this text is not going to permeate through such territory. Now, but personally, I would say that it would be nice to actually have a standardized privacy policy that permeates through everything, right? That we use commonly in the internet, because these privacy policies is actually our property. They are protecting our assets, ourselves. And to be able to actually monitor that, to have a little grip on that, means well for us, even for our psychological or mental being. Why? Because we are grasping or gripping upon our controls, our property, but I'm trying to find another word for it, our own freedom, our, I mean, it's too much of a jargon. Um how do I connect with you guys? But I hope you understand, right? It's like your hand here, right? But it's like, hey, you know what? You can have a third hand, like a robotic hand that you can control yourself, guys. And just by knowing it and acknowledging it and seeing the access to it, it is actually, then you would know why it is being given to you and why it is actually needed. It is actually necessary for your own well-being, for your own life and justice in your society, in your life. And that not having a grip on that means like you are not controlling your own fingers, you are not controlling your own hand. Probably not as extreme as that, but something along that direction. It is actually yours. And why is it yours? For why is why is it yours is for a good reason and for an important reason. So making the connection to what we said before, this is a privacy policy about how do Microsoft uses their data section, and the reasons they use their personal data, and they're actually taking care of our property. Obviously, the forces in play are also like regulators or governments that putting them in these requirements. So I would like to thank those people as well. I'm living in a country where things like this are not really something that people talk about much. But the fact that actually the Western culture actually have already have systems in place to protect these things and ended up permeates through my community as well. It is something that I should appreciate no matter what. So that would be it for this video, guys. There's a lot more content to explore. Please read their privacy policy and their service agreement. The links in the description below. Goodbye.